I tell you at the end of the day, don't follow Satan. Don't follow anything that he tells you to do at the end of the day. It's a line that everybody uses at the end of the day. A lot of people use it. But anyway, it's one of my words I like to use. But anyway, it's sad. I'm sitting here listening to some Christian music and I go check my messages. And of course, these are the usual haters that are upset. You know, the four or the five, you want to call them. Now, does this bother me? No, it's pretty sad. It's sad that this is what it has come down to of years of these people following Satan and doing his will, carrying on and acting up, and thinking for some reason that this is going to affect me in some way. I don't know how this is supposed to affect me, but again, I serve God. And if I serve God and I do things His way, and I stay off the wide and crooked path, stay on the straight and narrow, I don't have to worry about this nonsense at all, period. I think it comes down to fear because they are afraid. Because, like I said, we're not playing around. We are following for criminal charges. We already have filed criminal charges. There are other agencies that are involved, post office involved in it because of the mail fraud, and FBI because of the other stuff they were doing. And on top of that, there's massive criminal charges, there's lawsuits. It's a lot. It's a lot. And they're scared to death. They're absolutely scared to death. This is a reaction I would expect. And again, it doesn't bother me. When you send me stuff like this, it shows me that this is Satan. This is what I'm saying. This is the devil himself telling you to say these things, and you just go out and do it. Now, we literally have so much evidence against these individuals. We don't even need this. We just delete this off our account, but it's not needed. But it's to show you this, the madness, how crazy they are. He just wrote the same thing over and over and over again. Now, we know where this came from. We know who it was because he's done this before. We can go back and show you, which I'm not, because I'm very busy today. But on my accounts where he's actually repeated the same thing over and over again and again in his own accounts on his own website, conversations that we're just trying to add some basic things about his products, and he just went into these endless rants. So he's not stable. I told you before that we're going to request a 302, a psychiatric evaluation test on him, because it clearly shows he's not stable. And as I told you before, this is not a person I would likely put my credit card information, give him credit card information to, or my whereabouts where I live at, because again, this guy has docs addresses on his official website, which is extremely unprofessional. And again, I can't explain this to him enough because he'll go back and say, well, it was just his address. Buddy, you don't put anyone's address on your website, period. I don't care who it is. You don't put anyone's on there. And the reason why is because this can get you in a lot of trouble. Now, for you Karens out there, because we know there's a lot of you, and you sit there and say, well, you put his address is public domain. It's an LLC. He made it public domain, so everybody can get access to it. So, no, you can't go to court and say my address was doxed. Sorry, if you made it public for everyone to know where it was at. Now, if your address wasn't documented and you went out and found the person's address, then you're in trouble. You got yourself in some trouble. But just to show you the madness, look at this. That's what you're buying paint from. Well, if you are buying paint, we know no one's purchasing from him, which is good. This is good. People have caught on and finally have stopped it altogether, basically doing business with them altogether. But keep in mind that the circle that they keep, the people they surround themselves with, this is what you're getting yourself into. So that's why it's our job to bring these individuals to court so we can prosecute them. I think I am going to save this one right here for the courts. I got to go to the courthouse today. So I think I'm going to take this along with me. Now, keep in mind, if you think because you're hiding behind fake emails, remind you, FBI gets involved in this. So because it's a cybercrime, they can trace the IP address, whatever server it went to, they can literally land it right in your lap with no problem. So it's not hard for them to figure out exactly where this is coming from. But anyway, we already know who, because we've had this same conversation with the same person before. But it just shows you how sad they are. That's pretty bad. I mean, usually if I have something where I'm going to compete with somebody. I just make a product. That's it. Like the new technology we're working on now for gunmetal. I think that's what pretty much could have triggered him over the end. Like, oh, gee, was like, how much stuff does this guy have the ability to make? I literally heard this guy on the phone have a conversation with me and said that, oh, you think you're God. I never said I was God. I said I serve God. And he cannot understand. I think what raffles his mind is he can't figure out how we're able to design so many products, do all this testing, back our products up 100%. He can't figure out. It's called hard work. Anybody can do it. Anyone can do it. Anyone can achieve it. It's called hard work. If you weren't so lazy and you took the time to actually do it properly, you could make some really good money off of it. Heck, you can be sitting in an office like I'm sitting in right now. You can have, oh, my business cards come today too. I forgot about that. I got to show them off. Them cards are sick. But anyway, you'll be able to do all the stuff that I'm doing. It's called not cutting corners and doing your job correctly. That's what it's called. I've seen many screen paints take off and make good money and end up on pretty cool forum sites and make good money off their products. Because you know why? They didn't lie. They didn't go in and make up stuff as they went along. Getting on camera and saying your stuff has a different, doesn't have a yellowish tone, you know, you got to be challenged on that stuff in court. You got to go to court for all that. Everything you said on YouTube has been documented. So when we go to court, your company goes to court also too. So the claim that you made that your product is off a yellowish, well, the other product is off a yellowish tone, he's literally going to have to paint this in a courtroom. Do you know this? And if he can't back this, it's going to be pretty bad. So you can see why they're acting the way they're acting. It's getting close, very close. Now, again, gentlemen, this does not bother me. I know the devil told you in your mind, like, oh, send him this. This is going to very upset him. No, it's not going to upset me. It's sad. That's what I see. Because if someone is trying to compete with me, at the end of the day, this is how you do it. You roll up your sleeves, you work hard, you make a really good product. Nothing fake, like that range gain nonsense. Because I think that's what they thought when they came with the black product called whatever. It was not even black, but anyway, that's what they called themselves, competing with me. How did that go for you? Didn't go well, did you? No, it didn't. And the reason why is because we've been here for a long time developing black technology. So if you're going to tell me you're just going to pop up and say, hey, look, I'm the same as you. Yeah, that's why I have matching better demonstrations. So you can get to work and do the same thing my product does. If you haven't done those demonstrations, that means you don't have my product, and therefore you haven't made anything close to what we do. And that's the reason why people won't buy from you. On top of that, you lie in your specifications, which will go on court record and be documented, showing clearly that you lied and got sued, or not sued, sorry, we can't sue him. He's going to be hit with a fine for consumer fraud. It'll be on court document, and that's going to stain the daylights. If you ever, well, he's going to have a problem with that too, because there's other stuff he got involved in. So, yeah, it's the least of your worries. The least of your worries right there, because a consumer fraud carries jail time. So you are looking at maybe doing some time for that, because depending on how long it was there, you had PayPal attached to it, and any customer could have walked into it and ended up buying this stuff. Yeah, you're looking at a little bit of jail time there. So, but anyway, this is right here. This is sad. So that's all you have. This is what you call, at the end of the day, being professional, being a businessman. He sent that at 7:37. That's pretty sad. So I guess they saw the new technology pop up, the cyber office I'm working on, and they pretty much lost it over there. Yeah. That's pretty much what I get at the end of the day. No competition. This is why when a guy asked me, do we have any competition? I'm like, no, we don't have any at all, period. So that's pretty sad. Repeated the same thing over and over again. Do you know how, and put it this way, crazy one would have to be to do this? It clearly shows that not stable at all, period, anyway. He definitely has some mental issues. Because for him, he's laughing at it. Oh, there's nothing wrong with it. No, there's something wrong with you. That's why I told you from the door, he is not stable. That is not normal behavior. Now, I got a friend of mine, she's a psychiatrist. I'm going to send this over to her so she can analyze this and get her idea and point of view on exactly what is wrong with this individual, because that is really, really not normal behavior. Repeated the same thing over and over again. Now, for the individual, if you sit there and say, oh, I've never done this. Oh, yes, you have. We've been on your website, mind you. I document everything. And I literally have messages of you repeating the same thing over and over and over again and again and again and again and again and again. Yeah, that's not normal. Okay, well, I got to get to work because I have to go over to the other unit, drop off all my stuff I purchased to set that unit up. And I have orders to have to go out the door, which I'm printing up, and I love the new printer we're blessed to be able to have. And this is the reason why you do not listen to the devil. This is why. I don't know what they thought they were doing. I think Jamie talked about it for the longest time, that, yeah, I'm going to expose him, I'm going to put him out of business, and this, that, and the other. And yeah, I don't seem to be going out of business, gentlemen. As a matter of fact, my laying my foundation, and once my foundation is complete, I'm ready to bring in my investors to see our technology. You, on the other hand, are going in a different direction. You're going to court, you're getting sued, and you're definitely getting jail time out of it all. So it doesn't look like I'm the one going out of business. It looks like you're the one going out of business. Yeah. That's what happens when you serve the devil. It's exactly what you get. The devil will bring you into madness. He will. Absolute madness and chaos, because there's nothing good about him at all. Devil does not bless you, he curses you. I explained to you, gentlemen, at the end of the day, that the game that you're playing is an extremely dangerous one. And that you are the one that whispers in your ear and tell you to do all these things at the end of the day, the devil himself, or maybe one of his followers. He had a couple of angels, a lot of angels dropped from heaven when he got cast out of heaven, that he doesn't need you alive. He needs you dead. So he's going to do whatever he has to do to get you to the other side, because that's where he has you and that's where he'll own you. You will not have any forgiveness. What Jesus did, why he died on the cross, that's not going to help you over there. And your opportunity is here, not over there. So as long as you keep basically listening to Satan at the end of the day, what's going to happen is he's going to work it out one way or another to get you. Only reason why you haven't been taken by now is because God has been watching over you. Maybe God has plans for you. You never know. But if God decides to basically turn his back, you're in a lot of trouble. The only reason why, when I tell people at the end of the day that you are still breathing on this planet, is because God has stood in the way of Satan. But keep in mind, you're still going to have to go through the prosecution part. You're going to have to go through all of it. Everybody has to. Everyone's a Christian. I'm a Christian. I did bad things. Just because I became saved doesn't mean I got any form of somewhat favoritism. I still had to go through it. Whatever stuff I did, I had to pay for it. And I did. I did my 8 years and 9 months. And I paid for my time. And now I'm out here. So you're going to have to go through some stuff. You will. But if you take the side of the devil and you keep on doing this nonsense, you're not going to make it at all, period. And you better pray that God does not decide to say, hey, look, you're prosecuting my servant. I'm just going to step aside and let him show you what he does. And then you'll really get a chance to see some really crazy stuff pop off in your home. Mind you, these demons they don't walk alone. They bring a lot with them. So you're determined in the Bible that one actually will get through, and he'll bring 7 more just like his own kind that are far worse than him. That's what you're inviting into your home and around your family. So again, Satan's job is not to make sure you live upon the earth. And his job is to kill you. Because once he gets you over there, there's nothing you can do. Can't run to Jesus over there. Yep. I tell you, it scares me when I find out that people have passed off this earth and they've never been baptized, they've never got saved. And you imagine them waking up in the next life. Can you imagine them seeing what's been speaking to them and talking to them, that evil demon sitting in the corner just staring at them, smiling, saying, you belong to me. And then seeing on the other side, you see Christ in all his glory. And you want to run to him, but you can't. You're stuck there with that demon. Forever. Forever. Eternity. Forever. And that's what you're setting yourself up for. You know, you want the Lord to protect you, but yet you want to do evil things. When you walk out that door, anything could happen to you. You don't have to come back home. I could walk out that door, I could die. But the thing about it is, when I pass off this earth, I'm going to heaven. And if you're not ready and you haven't accepted Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, and you're still following the devil doing this nonsense, you could walk out there, have a car accident. Heck, you could be in your sleep, a piece of your ceiling could come down and crush you. Anything could happen to you. You're not 100% protective. I love when people put up these security systems and all these things at the end of the day, thinking this is really going to protect you, and it's not going to protect you at all, period. The only thing that's going to protect you is God. That's it. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. And for some people saying, well, anything could happen. Look on the news and look at the people. When I look at people who died that day on the news, these are people I pray have accepted Jesus Christ. These people didn't expect to die. They woke up in the morning, like me and you, every day and went out to do their job, what they had to do, and some of them didn't come back home. That's how fast you can be taken off the earth. You have to look at your life as like as the singer goes, a candle in the wind. You're frail. You're nothing but dust. That's all you are. You can just disappear just like that. Easily. That's why it's important to have Jesus to protect you, because the devil's job is to take you out. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed this talk we had here. Now, am I angry with these individuals? No, it's sad. This is very sad. It is. It's very sad. But anyway, I got to go. I got much work to do. Thank you for your time, and God bless. Be safe out there.